would you specifically recommend her if they were thinking about having plastic surgery? And what would you say that included her in your answer?
I told you I should have worked on this the night before. Anyway,
It's fine.
you know, it's interesting that you are asking me these questions because the truth is that I have recommended Dr. Lee, you know, almost to the point where I've done everything short than making the appointment for the individual. And I'm thinking about this one particular friend of mine who really needs to have surgery because of a health issue. It's not so much of a cosmetic issue. And I've told her, you know, my experience with her from beginning to end, I talked about not only the pre-op, but I talked about the post-op and even the follow-up. You know, my friend was very shocked to find out a year later I'm still having visits with Dr. Lee just to follow up, you know, on how I'm healing. So, you know, I've told my girlfriend that, you know, this is just not about the day of the surgery, that this is a relationship that you will develop with Dr. Lee.
I had a question, but I forgot what it was. I made a mental note and then it just dropped. Is there something that you would like to say about her and how she's made you feel throughout this whole process? I know that. How did your surgery make you feel? How do you feel now that you've had it?
How do I feel?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you can't touch me. I'm sorry. No, really. I'm a dancer. I've been dancing now for almost 6 or 7 years. I am dancing with girls half my age. I'm in those little skinny dresses. And it's not always about the look, so the look is the outside, but it really has helped my dancing. You need a strong core. You need a strong core to dance. And I can see the before and the after just in the performances. So now I don't have to worry about, you know, holding that stomach in while performing. You know, I can just perform. I don't have to worry about holding those core muscles so that you can hit those spins. I can just nail them, you know. So for me, it's actually changed my life. I just feel like I'm back in the game, you know, and I'm really happy. I'm really happy.
What do you think when you look in the mirror now? Not even just in your performances, but
when I look in the mirror, it's like, okay, so now what can I do next? I just, seriously, you know, I'm almost at my goal in reference to my body. And we are already talking about what can I do for my skin. And Dr. Lee has already given me some suggestions about the next step in reference to my skin. So this is going to be a long relationship.
Tell me again, I think this is the last thing, tell me again what you would say, knowing how you feel now, to somebody who is saying, I'm thinking about getting the surgery.
Right.
What would you say to them, and with Dr. Lee in mind,
right.
What would you say to them to recommend Dr. Lee to them?
You know, first I would start off by just the personal story myself, and I would engage in the story about how I got to where I am today, and I would talk about the results and what it's done for me. And after that, that's like the catch, you know, that's where you get someone's attention. And from that, I can guarantee there will be a question, which is, so who did this, you know? And that's when I would say, Dr. Lee, you know, Dr. Elizabeth Lee. I would tell them I was hesitant in the beginning. I said I would tell them that I knew what I wanted. I just needed to find the right physician. And I would tell them the importance of having not only a competent surgeon, but someone that you can relate with. And I would tell them that Dr. Lee and I established a very good relationship at the beginning, and that I would be very surprised that if you were to meet her, that you wouldn't have the same sense.
What if that patient was me?
Mm-hmm.
What would you say to me if I said, "Yeah, we'll go a little thing here, a little thing here"? But
What?
maybe I don't want to call her. What if the patient was me? What
Okay.
If, I'm saying maybe I want to go. What would you say to me? Just in a couple.
What's your name?
Well, don't say my name.
Okay.
But what if it was me and I'm saying, yeah, I was thinking about it. How did you like going there?
You know what I would say to the person that you're thinking?
To me, like if
right.
it was me, yeah.
I would say, make the call. I would say, make the call. I would say, do you need me to make the call? I would say, what do I need to do to get you to make that first step, to have that conversation, to contact Dr. Lee's office?
Okay. What made you contact Dr. Lee when you were thinking about getting plastic surgery or the treatment that you had done here? What was it about her that made you contact?
When I inquired about some treatment with Dr. Lee, it was I just had a baby, and my face was blotchy all over. There was a lot of discoloration. That's very typical due to the hormones of pregnancy. And Dr. Lee put me on a program, and it just basically cleared my face and made it look better than it did before, even I was pregnant.
And so how did you know about her? Where did you find out about her first?
Well, I know Dr. Lee. I don't know if you guys want this information, but I'm her acupuncturist.
We'll just
she doesn't care.
If I use it,
Don't,
that's
okay,
great.
great.
If I don't, then
Okay, well, I know Dr. Lee because I'm her acupuncturist.
So you've been friends for
What? We've known each other for 8 years. And she's actually, what I love about Dr. Lee is that she's very natural in her approach, and she wants to do things to help people feel better, but in a very natural way. And as an acupuncturist, I'm always concerned about things being clean and toxic and healthy, and I've sent my patients to her, and she's actually sent me her post-surgical patients at times when they weren't healing as quickly as she liked. So she's very active in, offering that to her patients as well.
We're not getting any of that.
Okay. Would there, knowing her and being friends with her and feeling like you wanted to have your procedure, your treatment done, is there anything that would have prevented you from doing that? Your hesitation or anything that kind of made you, initially hesitant?
Yeah, I was very hesitant because I feel like I want to do things that are very natural, and I didn't want to do anything that was going to make me look like not myself. And so I guess I trusted Dr. Lee because I feel like she has my best interests in mind, and she knows that I'm a very natural person. So she was trying to do something that was very subtle that would make me feel happy, but also make me feel better about the way I looked.
What do you like about being a patient of Dr. Lee's?
Well, I love Dr. Lee because I feel like she is very honest, and she has a way of just talking to you that you feel like she's your friend. And she's also goes beyond, her plastic surgery and her cosmetic products that she offers people, and really gets to know people.
would you say are 3 benefits of being a patient of Dr. Lee's that maybe you would recommend, to other people or some of your patients?
I'm laughing because quickly I go, she sends me lots of patients. No. Let me think about this. What are 3 benefits? I think some of the benefits of seeing Dr. Lee are that she is really will not go over the top with her procedures, and she's very careful at figuring out what she can do for you in a way that is that you can feel good about yourself, but is going to be very safe as far as not altering you too much. Most of the people that saw me after I had my procedure just were like, wow, you look a lot younger. After I had the this facial product on my face after a few weeks. I think I messed that one up.
No, that's okay. So we'll start over. What
Okay.
are 3 benefits of being a patient of Dr. Lee? Dr. Lee in particular.
Some of the benefits of seeing Dr. Lee are that she is very honest and that she's going to look at you and make sure that she gives something to you. She's very much about not making people look artificial, but actually making people look real, like real people, like a real person. Oops.
Is there maybe something else too?
Let me think here. It's like obviously my focus. Another thing I love about Dr. Lee is that as a doctor, you feel like you're going to visit your friend. She's not pretentious in any way. She really listens to what you want, and she tries to meet your needs in that way.
If you knew somebody who was thinking about either getting plastic surgery or doing something even very topical, what would you say to them if they were hesitant and they didn't quite know where to go? What would you say to them about maybe steering them towards Dr. Lee?
Well, I would definitely steer them to Dr. Lee. I've actually referred many people to Dr. Lee because I feel like she is very good at what she does, and she is very willing to talk to people and listen to what they want and figure out with the patient what they need. And people that I have sent to her have been very happy with her style and her approach.
Okay. I'm going to ask you the same question again.
Okay.
What if the person was me and I said, you know what, Marina, I'm thinking about getting plastic surgery, but I don't know who to go to. What would you say to me?
Okay, I would say you have to see Dr. Lee. She's fantastic. She really knows what she's doing, and she's very, very, let me start again.
Okay.
You have to go see Dr. Lee. She really knows what she's doing, and she's very, very good at listening to what you want and making sure that you get what you need. And many people that I've sent to her just love the results that they've gotten.
How did your procedure go? I mean, did you feel like when you came here, were you a little bit apprehensive? And then how did you feel during? Did she talk to you through what you had done? And then how you felt afterwards during that whole day or couple days of when that happened? Tell me about how you felt in that story of you had something done. How did you feel throughout that whole process?
What I did with Dr. Lee was it was like an 8-week thing that you put on your face and turns your face 10 years younger. But when I came to Dr. Lee, I feel like I was a little bit nervous and apprehensive because I'm, like I said, a very natural person. So I was like, what is she going to do to me? But she was very good at saying, okay, this product, you're going to be using it for 8 weeks. This is what's going to happen around week 3. This is, and she had me completely prepared to know what was going to happen along the way. And so when my face would get a little bit redder from some of the peeling and stuff. She completely, I already knew that was going to happen, so I didn't have any surprises.
So would you say that Dr. Lee made you, you were adequately prepared for what you were going to have done?
Yeah, when I saw Dr. Lee, she recommended a certain program, and actually told me exactly what to expect, and I was completely prepared when I knew what was going to happen with the whole procedure.
Now, how would you describe how you feel when you come here, when you have an appointment with her?
Oh, her office is great. I come in, I feel like I know all the people who work here. They're very friendly. When they call me on the phone, they're just like, "Hey, Maureen, how are you?" And it just feels like a super friendly place to be. Very different from a typical doctor.
Is there anything that maybe we haven't covered in your questions that that you feel about her as a friend, or as as your plastic surgeon or your doctor? How do you feel about her, like when you come here or when you see her somewhere else? How does she make you feel?
Well, I think the thing is, one thing I do know about Dr. Lee, because I've known her for so long, is that she really cares about her patients. And she will go the extra steps to come in on a Saturday or do whatever she needs to do post-surgically for people, because I've heard the stories.